Let's talk about the why, right? Our why at HUXWRX is the save. Now that might seem a little weird because we have a pretty big commercial business, and we have wonderful commercial customers, and inside of that we always have a huge value for the shooting sports, and the way our Second Amendment rights kind of tie into us as Americans. But with sort of the longest war that we've had in our nation's history, we had some unique byproducts to that. And one of them was a lot of disabled veterans, more than probably any other time in history over that span of what was 16 years or so. A myriad of special operations users who were the ones that were primarily suppressed during this conflict, starting to have really weird and funky illnesses. A lot of very unique cancers surrounding pituitary, obviously lung, a bunch of really weird things. But we also know that many of the things we did were not healthy, they're not good for you, right? And one of those things, it turns out, is a traditionally suppressed, baffled suppressor. So we started to look into it, and we team with organizations like the Hunter 7 Foundation, which spent all of their time tracking cancer clusters in veterans. Now that we've measured, spent a bunch of time in medical documentation, consolidating all this, we realize that our exposure rates to toxic gases and heavy metals in particulates, it way exceeds any OSHA level guidance that exists in any other industry. I realized that the government, in asking everyone to suppress their weapon systems, and this is no real fault of the government, it fixes problems as they arise. We were going to hurt a lot of people in fixing a problem. We had a unique opportunity with HUXWRX to identify a problem before it happens and then maybe start to fix it. And in doing so, save all of these impacts that we then didn't even realize were impacts during actual operational profiles that we've knowingly fought through for years and years and years, but didn't realize that that's what was happening. So HUXWRX, the Human Exposure Workshop, was born with a mission to de-risk high-velocity events. Ultimately, we have the opportunity to make the very best suppression technologies in the world, hands down, and balance that with not only better accuracy, or in the case of our professional users, because we have a lot of professional users we're very proud of as well, that accuracy turns into lethality, which turns into efficacy in their job, which allows them to come home, right? Which is really what it's all about. But then there's this health element. We can take something, make it healthier. By the way, we can take something and make it also, because of the less wear on the weapons platform, we can make it more cost effective too. So instantly, when usually you have a single so what, I had this whole bunch of so whats. Frankly, for anybody who's ever shot suppressed or not suppressed, and that's the reason we have our tagline, it's more civilized. This allows them to experience it in a way that's much more pleasant, and then keeps this concept of shooting sports alive in a nation that really was born and bred because of our ability to embrace this right. And I think that's fascinating.